What is going on, Screen Watcher Nation? It is the Screen Watcher back in front of you after a long absence, but I am happy to be back, and hopefully you are happy to have another movie review coming at you. We are going to review Mary Poppins Returns, but before we get into it, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel.
Shh, they're about to start the movie.
All right, Screen Watcher Nation, we go ahead and hop back into the world of Mary Poppins with Mary Poppins Returns. We have an all-star cast, we have phenomenal songs, we have a whole lot to talk about with this movie, but let's jump into that phenomenal cast first, shall we? We have Mary Poppins herself, played by Emily Blunt. She does a phenomenal job in this movie. You would know her from A Devil Wears Prada, A Quiet Place, Live, Die, Repeat, tons and tons of movies to her name, but honestly, this might be one of my favorite things she's ever been in. Then you have Lin-Manuel Miranda. He plays Jack, a lamplighter, and you would know him mainly from Hamilton on Broadway, the songs from Moana. He also played a role on House and a couple of other things he's actually acted in, but he is just a huge megastar right now. Anything with Lin-Manuel Miranda attached to it is just getting great reviews and just gets huge press, so he is a huge addition. You also have Ben Whishaw, who plays Michael Banks. The child from the beginning has now grown up and has children of his own. You would know him, he plays Q in Skyfall and Spectre. He's also the voice of Paddington the Bear in Paddington 1 and 2. You have Emily Mortimer, who plays Jane Banks, the grown-up little girl from the first one as well. You would know her from Newsroom and one of my favorite movies, Hugo. Then you have the Banks children, the new round. First, we have Pixie Davies. She plays Annabelle Banks. You would know her from Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Then you have Nathaniel Sella, who plays John. You would know him as Arthur from Game of Thrones. He's been in 2 episodes, but that's pretty much the biggest thing he's been in. And then you have Joel Dawson, who plays Georgie. This is his first acting role and does a phenomenal job. You would think that would be enough people, but they keep on going. You have Meryl Streep, who plays Cousin Topsy. You would know her from Mamma Mia, Devil Wears Prada, God, pretty much everything out there. She's Meryl Streep. If you don't know who Meryl Streep is, I don't know how you found my channel. Then you have Colin Firth. He plays Mr. Wilkins, member of the bank, the owner of the bank. You would know him from The King's Speech, the Kingsman series. Again, lots and lots of movies to his accreditation as well. And then you have Julie Walters, who plays Ellen, the housemaid. I wanted to add her in there because she's one of my favorite characters from Harry Potter, Mrs. Weasley. She's also co-starred with Meryl Streep in Mamma Mia. You would know her from Billy Elliot, a couple of other movies as well. So, not only do you have this all-star cast, but I was interested to see how they were going to play Mary Poppins with a whole new set of people, and how it was going to work with balancing nostalgia as well as storyline and that whimsical feeling that everybody got watching the first one. The first one was so groundbreaking when you had live action people working with completely animated characters and going into the paintings or the chalk drawings that were in that movie. It was so amazing to see that. The first time, I was curious to see if they could catch that lightning in the bottle again, and they did a phenomenal job. Again, Emily Blunt as Mary Poppins mirrors Julie Andrews so very, very well, and she really impressed me with her singing voice as well. She was Mary Poppins, and it was a great callback to the original while still being her own separate kind of character. But it was phenomenally done. Lin-Manuel Miranda as Jack, again, he's a lamplighter, so no chimney sweeps, but a lamplighter, so again, similar characters, but different enough that, again, I thought it made it its own movie, and if you've heard him sing, he is phenomenal. whether it's rapping, singing, coming up with lyrics. He's just always been that guy, and I knew him originally from House like a decade ago, where he was in the insane asylum that House goes to, and he's a fellow inmate, and that's where I knew him from originally. And then I found out all this other stuff about him, where he does this musical stuff, and he's so talented. Hamilton obviously has great acclaim, one of the best, hottest tickets out there. So great pickup with him. The whole plot of the movie is basically you now have the Banks children have grown up, and Michael owns the house. Unfortunately, his wife has died, and he has kind of fallen behind on the payments, and the bank is repossessing the bank's house. So it is up to Mary Poppins, the children, and everybody trying to figure out how to save the house, and just hijinks ensue. Now the children, Annabelle, John, and Georgie, the character actors that they played were phenomenal, especially the two older children, Pixie Davis and Nathaniel Sella. They played such adult children that you needed Mary Poppins there to make them kids again, and you really saw their transition, and it was a phenomenal job by them. And Georgie did very, very well as well. You know, him being in his first role, Joel Dawson getting this kind of opportunity, he is a prominent character in this movie, and does a very, very good job. Julie Walters is adorable as the house nanny, and then you have Colin Firth, great bad guy, as, you know, kind of the friend slash I'm trying to take the house kind of bad guy. And then Meryl Streep, I did not know she was in this movie until I saw the opening credits, and I was like, what? Who does she play? So they kept Meryl Streep under wraps for a very long time, which is a hard thing to do. But she sings, she plays a great character, Cousin Topsy. It is just a great set of people, a great set of characters. The plot is different enough from the first one that it's interesting. You know, they're not just vying for dad's love. They have dad's love. They're just trying to save the family house. And you get another foray into the animated world, and both Emily Blunt and Lin-Manuel Miranda killed it during those scenes. The animation was great. I just really enjoyed this movie from start to finish, and honestly, when I left the theater, I was kind of whimsically walking. I had kind of a tune to my step, and I don't really get that most of the time, especially with a sequel type movie. And when you're making something as iconic as Mary Poppins, again, I went in with high expectations and low expectations. I wanted it to be really good, and I had heard that it was doing very well and people have liked it, but I had low expectations that they would never be able to hit that same mark with me and make me feel the same things that I did in the first one, where you kind of have your happy sad moments, your sad happy moments, your great family moments, and all that kind of stuff. But they did a phenomenal job in this movie and really hit a home run, honestly, in my opinion. So I am happy to be back out with a voice, and back in and out of theaters. I have a ton of things that I watched while I was under the weather with headaches and losing my voice and having sales at work and all that kind of stuff, so I just haven't had an opportunity to get back out to you, but I am happy to see where we get in the next week or two with all the Netflix originals that I watched, as well as some of the older movies that I used to enjoy and wanted to watch again while I was not feeling well, and I want to review those. And then hopefully I get back out to the theaters again here in the not too distant future to just keep getting new content out there. But have you seen Mary Poppins Returns? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. What was your favorite song or least favorite part of the movie? Whatever you want to talk about, I am here to listen and talk with you. Again, I'm going to go ahead and post it to the Facebook channel, which is now over 31,000 followers, which is another reason why I wanted to get some stuff out to y'all. Other than that, hopefully your popcorn is always fresh. Hopefully you enjoy your day at the cinema, whether it is at home or at your local theater. I will talk to you all next time.